Everyone, happy Halloween weekend. Today on the Instagram Live, we're going to be talking about Halloween weekend safety and how to stay safe while having a really good time. So let's give it a couple of seconds, let Whitman-Walker join, let some folks get into the room, and then we'll get started. However, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Whitman-Walker's Community Health Department has expanded its outreach efforts to the social media platform. We cover various topics about HIV and STIs, sexual health practices, access to care, social determinants of health, and public health interventions. The community health team is here to educate and support you. If you are in need of an HIV or STI testing appointment, you can give us a call at 202-797-4439, and our team can get you scheduled with a testing appointment. Thanks for joining Whitman-Walker. Cool. So my name is Jewel, and I use she, hers pronouns, and I work to bring educational Instagram lives to this space with Whitman-Walker's community health team. Again, today we're going to be discussing Halloween weekend safety. So, being that Halloween is this weekend, please remember that a costume mask does not substitute an actual surgical mask or a cloth face covering. So if you do go to a space that requires mask, your Scream mask or your Freddy Krueger mask or your Black Panther mask does not actually suffice. Please also allow children to eat only factory wrapped treats, and any adults, any person who's eating treats this weekend, avoid homemade treats by strangers. You don't know what people put in them. You don't know how they prepare them. You don't know if their pet is helping them cook it. So just be sure to, stick to the factory wrapped or store-bought treats and whatnot. You also want to avoid activities like bobbing for apples. We continue to go through a pandemic, and even without a pandemic, it was such a germy activity. I can't imagine being a kid. I don't know if it was more the 70s or the 80s or the 90s or what have you, but going to a place and sticking my mouth in the same bin of water that other people have been sticking their mouth in. So avoid activities of that nature that just help spread germs. And then also, given the ongoing monkeypox transmission, if you see someone with visible open sores, you want to avoid making physical contact with them or things that they may have touched, like the candy. You also want to teach your kids or the young people in your life to not go into a stranger's house or accept rides from people that they don't know. They also should avoid trunk or treating events where folks will have Halloween candy available in their car trunks. Definitely want to stick to the outdoor settings, things that are, don't lure me over to this kind of smaller or less known spot to get candy. I want to be in a visible spot in front of a porch or outside on a sidewalk where there's other people present. It's also good to trick or treat in small groups. There's power in numbers and strength in numbers. You also want to check your child's costume to make sure that there's nothing affecting their ability to see where they're going or being able to see, who's approaching them. They want to have good visibility in terms of, just navigating outside and navigating their costume. You also want to teach the young people who you might have going out to trick or treat about crosswalk and road safety, waiting for cars to stop for them before they start crossing, looking both ways. Lots of things happen on Halloween night. People are enjoying themselves, so they just might not be as attentive as they usually are. And then also, you always want to wear reflective materials and have your kids dressed in reflective materials or bright colors. If they'll be out late or after dark when the sun goes down, it just might be harder to see them if they're, wearing all black. So definitely incorporate some reflective materials or bright colors into their costumes. Also, if you've got kids or people who have cell phones, make sure that they check in with you at different or specific times. A voice note or a phone call is great so that you can confirm that you're speaking with your kid versus a text message that might not always be from the person you think it's coming from. You can also set up a code word with your kid if you do want to go the texting route. Maybe you say Mortal Kombat if they're in need of support, or you say finish them if they are doing really great. And finally, you want to plan the route ahead of time so you know kind of where your kids will be, what streets they'll be on, what their loop is, what their route is for the evening. Now, for folks who are more part of the partying generation when it comes to Halloween, you want to avoid leaving your drink unattended. And when you hold your drink in your hand, it's always good to hold it from the top so that your hand is covering the top of your cup. It'll help, avoid anyone from pouring anything into your drink or slipping anything into your drink. Additionally, Similar to the trick-or-treating crew, if you see someone with visible open sores, avoid making physical contact with them or things that they may have touched like candy or drinks or what have you. Again, we're going through a monkeypox pandemic right now, so just to be on the safe side. Likewise, you also want to avoid homemade treats and opt for store-bought or factory-wrapped items unless you're like in the comfort of a friend's home and they've like made brownies or something. Definitely avoid taking things from strangers on the street or strangers at parties. You also want to have a buddy or crew that you explore the night with. So again, Halloween is one of those nights when mischief or overusing drugs or alcohol can easily happen. So you'll want to be with a group that you can count on to watch out for you and vice versa. Someone who's going to notice that you're missing or notice if you seem a little bit off or just unlike yourself and whatnot. You also want to stay alert for folks with costumes that have weapons in this day and age. And given the current news cycle that we all experience, you just never know the space someone is in and whether they decide to bring a new meaning to a historically harmless evening. So just be mindful, be alert, keep your eyes open, and double check what's in people's hands. Now, here are some of the ways that you can enjoy the Halloween festivities. You can decorate your house or your yard in a Halloween theme and have a neighborhood drive-through event or drive-through event where families can view displays of Halloween decorations, kind of like the same thing for Christmas holidays. If there's like a block that just, goes all out for the holidays and everyone decorates everything, that'll be a fun way to spend the evening. You can carve pumpkins with your household and display the pumpkins outdoors or in the windows within your home or your business or wherever you want to display them. You can have a trick-or-treat candy hunt with members of your household and or your community. And thanks to the pandemic, we are digitally connected forever. And so you can even explore, going to an online costume party or costume contest or a pumpkin carving via video chat with folks that you can't see in person or in the flesh. You can also participate in trick-or-treating, where individually packaged treat bags are lined up for children to grab and go one at a time versus interacting with everyone who comes to your door. You can also hold a small group of outdoor costume parades or costume contests with social distancing and face coverings, depending on where you are in this pandemic and your comfort level and all that good stuff. COVID is still a thing, but transmission in DC is currently really low, so that's great. That said, you can create an open air one-way walk through outdoor haunted forests, which is a super safe way to have engagement with community and young people and just folks who love to celebrate the Halloween spirit. You can also visit pumpkin patches or orchards. And finally, you can host an outdoor small group Halloween movie night with social distancing or just, outdoor air and have that screen put up and enjoy some scary themed stuff or some Halloween themed stuff. If you're not a scary lover like myself, I am a scary cat, so I don't really watch a lot of scary movies unless they're made by Jordan Peele. All that said, hoping everyone has a super safe and wonderful and fun Halloween weekend. And thank you for taking a little bit of time to learn more about Halloween weekend safety. Again, if you need to access HIV or STI testing or HIV treatment or prevention tools, you can call 202-797-4439 to schedule a testing appointment. And before we go, I want to give a few reminders about COVID-19 and vaccines. If you've already gotten the vaccine, congratulations. You've taken a really big and important step towards preventing yourself, your loved ones, and your community from getting sick. Multiple variants have soared across the US and continue to soar across the world. And we know that the vaccine doesn't prevent new cases of COVID-19, but it'll help you not get super sick with COVID, and it'll help you not be hospitalized with COVID, and it'll help you not have a COVID-related death. So vaccines are super effective at helping keep people healthy if they do experience COVID, or fairly healthy, I should say. If you haven't been vaccinated and you're looking for an appointment, Whitman-Walker Health has COVID-19 vaccine available. Please reach out to them at 202-207-2480 to make an appointment. And if you're having trouble making an appointment with them and you're a DC resident, you can call 1-855-363-0333, or you can visit vaccine.dc.gov. If you're a Maryland resident, you can call 1-855-634-6829, or visit covidlink.maryland.gov. And if you are a Virginia resident, you can call 1-877-829-4682 or visit vaccinate.virginia.gov. And if you haven't been vaccinated and you're not looking for an appointment, please continue to follow CDC guidelines for mask wearing, social distancing, quarantining, and the like. It's very important that you consider getting the vaccine and discuss COVID precautionary measures with those who are around you, but be mindful of masks and keep your distance, especially when you don't know whether a person has been vaccinated or not. And because we're going through two public health pandemics at the same time, uh, here's some information on monkeypox. According to the CDC, there are more than 28,000 cases of monkeypox or mpox documented in the U.S. In D.C., you can pre-register for a monkeypox vaccine appointment at preventmonkeypox.dc.gov. Virginia is working with local care providers to contact trace and identify those who are most in need of a monkeypox vaccine. And varying counties in Maryland have allowed residents to pre-register for an appointment for a monkeypox vaccination, but the Maryland Health Department also released a pre-registration system, so you can visit their website to schedule or pre-register for a monkeypox or mpox vaccination. No matter where you are, please visit your local health department for more information on how to register or get vaccinated against monkeypox. DC Health has monkeypox vaccine locations located at 3640 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue Southeast in Ward 8, 5335 Wisconsin Avenue Northwest in Ward 3, and 926 F Street Northwest in Ward 2. Walk-up vaccinations will be provided on a first-come, first-served basis to eligible residents, and hours vary each day by each location. So you can check out the latest testing hours and locations at preventmonkeypox.dc.gov. You are currently eligible to be vaccinated in DC if you are a District of Columbia resident who's 18 years or older and identifies any of the following. So any person of any sexual orientation or gender who's had multiple sexual partners in the past 2 weeks, including those who are currently at highest risk, so folks who identify as gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men, or transgender men and transgender women, or sex workers of any sexual orientation or gender, or staff of any sexual orientation or gender at establishments where sexual activity occurs. So think bathhouses, saunas, and sex clubs. You will need to provide a proof of residency to get vaccinated. So this is like an ID card with a DC address, a utility bill or other piece of mail with your name on it, and a DC address, or a current DC lease or mortgage with your name on it. Please remember to follow the Whitman-Walker family on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Whitman-Walker, and check their website at www.whitman-walker.org for the latest information on their services. And for more COVID-19 resources and general Whitman-Walker services, please call them at 202-797-4439. Again, you can also use that phone number to schedule an HIV or STI testing appointment or get access to HIV prevention tools or treatment. And you can follow some of their programs at Whitman-Walker's family accounts at RealTalkDC_ and at NoFilterDC. Have a great rest of your weekend and have a safe Halloween weekend.